interviewing the motherfuckers and shit in this little room and shit.
Gotta make sure I come in the camera right angle.
I don't really I don't follow his ass, but my kids and shit be watching.
Well,
They be knowing what's going on. Well, he passed out. The owner passed out during the game. I don't know what the fuck. There's all kind of shit going on. But no, like I don't really follow. You know that motherfucker. He be doing them little interviews and shit. He just had that shit when he had Blueface and his crazy ass girlfriend, and she was breaking chairs and putting holes in the walls and shit. I stumbled upon she's probably more annoying than you talking about her. You talking about the text.
Let's do it from work. Fuck it all.
Oh man. All right, you need
Hope it was
a pocket down.
Yeah.
It could have been a pocket down.
More than likely it's not.
But yeah, he did that. What made me stumble upon him? He had a little interview. He was interviewing Tiana Trump, and he was like, he was inviting her to the back seat and some more shit. And then they had a whole nother little thing, and like it's just not for me, but it's more so for like the kids and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what that nigga is though. You seen him.
Like a wannabe act.
I don't even know what act categorizes itself as at this point. Cause the stuff I be seeing from him, he tough now. You see when he was threatening that little baby and shit, about like we can box and all that.
I did, but then act. I got that Patreon shit with Joe Budden, so he was on there with them and he be talking with them and shit like that. So I just
and what
like,
he's saying like he was just wanting to act.
A lot of things academics does is for like act and everything, and he kind of explained that situation with him and the girl about the I'm here for what the fuck. I'm the prize shit. He explained what that situation was about and everything. I think he explained the little baby situation and kind of that and all that shit like that. Like, of course, when people explain themselves and they say they reason, even if it's a stupid reason, or whatever, you be like, all right, I got it, I get it. So it's act is like more so on. I guess the only thing I can say with act is I respect his business mind and the way that he built his platform, the way that he sees certain things, the way he watches certain things and shit like that. Like so, I mean all that shit he do. I don't follow him like how in deep you do with the disrespecting of women and how he be going at certain women and shit. Like I see certain shit with academics from headlines. So it's like even with the headlines, because he addressed the shit with Diddy on that shit. Where they was like Diddy was treating your ass. He was like, how y'all feel like he was talking to me? You know what I'm saying? He could have been talking to Carisha. He could have been talking about something else. You know what I'm saying? It ain't necessarily directed at me. You know, he's talking to all bloggers, not necessarily me or whatever. So it's like once
he just come off as like number one. Whenever they talk about bloggers and shit like that, one of us go straight to him.
Yeah.
But he put himself out there in that light. Now, since you brought up Joe Budden, I saw them giving their opinion on, Julio ain't here to interject. I saw them kind of talking about like the Meg shit. But what's the light-skinned nigga name? It was an extra motherfucker on that this week. On that week when I seen it.
Ish. That's the light skin. Ish.
Alright, so some motherfucking. Alright, so Ish. And from what I was kind of.
Ish and Ice.
Ice the ball here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what it seemed like I was getting from, whatever the fuck his name is, Ish, was like, was he kind of like, blank, like, I know, slow down. I saw the father blaming Rock Nation and shit like that. Like I keep hearing him say that, and it kind of sound like he was echoing his sentiment when he was talking about like the Rock Nation involvement. Like he really didn't believe that the sentence was just. Mm-hmm. Like, am I accurate with that, or was I just catching bits and pieces
of what? That's what Ish believes.
Yeah, is that like what is his what are their take? What's their stance on that situation?
All they stance is that they don't think the truth has been revealed or will be revealed. They think that she did get hurt. They are on her side that, you know, she got hurt and it's wrong the things that happened to her, but they always stand on the side of I'm still a human and I have a brain. So you can't tell me all these things and act like I'm not supposed to understand what it's talking about, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people I saw was just going off of the verdict and saying, you know, no one's saying that nothing happened to Meg, but if we going by the letter of the law, you guys did not prove or do y'all job or due diligence in terms of convicting this man. And then a lot of them was just Ish. He done been to jail. He done been a street nigga and all that type of shit. So he looking at it on the standpoint of Tory shouldn't have been doing some of the things he doing, which is he wouldn't have got in that situation.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
all that stupid shit he was doing, all the stupid shit he was saying, stuff like that. Like that's what sort of kind of led to his downfall and all that.
Now I heard all of that, but then I also saw just to really quick about the Tory Lanez that stallion shit. Why I can't talk? The fuck?
I mean, yeah, shot
No, I think it's that when I take my retainers off and I have to readjust this shit to the way I talk, because you got with the retainers you talk with like a lisp and shit. So everything was like Sylvester the Cat. So I have to train myself to speak a different way when they in than when they out. Pause. But did you hear the audio when he was on the phone with Kelsey?
No, I didn't read. I don't care.
But I'm saying, like,
I didn't read it. But I got the little gist of it. I know.
I'm saying if they gonna speak on that all the way through, then you gotta address that too.
Yeah, I kind of seen a little. I went into the comments and I was one of those. I seen some comments saying, "Look, I'm not gonna listen to all this shit. Just give me the rundown of what happened and what he said."
Yeah.
And I saw in there that they said at no point did he admit to any guilt. Did he admit to shooting?
Right.
He just basically was like, "Sorry for putting you in this position." It was like, "Just get me out of jail. Just get me out of here," type shit. Like,
so who gave you that assessment? That's what you got from.
That's from the comments. So in the comments, that's
right.
what I got. That's basically what happened. Like it was no, because you know the Shade Room and Ball Alert put that shit up there. Like, oh look, Tory he admits to doing this and he says this. Like,
yes.
So
I listened to it.
But
I listened to it.
yeah.
So to what they said, absolutely, he didn't admit to anything.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got a brain and you listen to what he's saying, he clearly did something.
Right.
Because when he's talking, he's like, "Nah, I'm sorry." Like he wasn't just talking about, "Hey, putting you in that position."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "I don't know what happened. I blacked out. I was so drunk. I wilding out. I like pretty much like he wilded out." So, what the fuck? Every people that listens without a biased ear,
Mm-hmm.
they all saying like, "Nigga, you sound." If I was on the jury, it would sound like you did something that you are like. So what you're being accused of, it sound like you admitting to that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then like people misinterpret the shit. Damn, people dunked on his ass. Shit, people they misinterpret when what the fuck is that? Get the fuck out of here. They misinterpret things when he said something about like he asked about Meg and they was like, yeah, she's still in the hospital or whatever. And she was like, yeah, they trying to slow it down, but you know, like she was like, before it get out there, it's already kind of out there. You know, Meg's team is all over it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So people interpreted that conversation as them saying like, oh, well, Meg's team is already on it, meaning like they putting that shit out there. But how I heard it was like they already on top of it, like they trying to
Hush it.
cover,
Right,
hush it up, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, even when you go back to this, and we gonna get off of this shit, I promise. And when you go back and you hear it, to where like he was the first person to really start speaking on it, and then Meg put that post out when she was like, "Nigga, I wasn't even gonna talk about it, but you shot, you did this and that." So I'm like, people keep going back to, and you know, if motherfuckers been listening to this podcast, they know I'm not this nigga Cole. I just keep looking at these highlights. I'm not Meg is not one of those people where I'm like, hey, yeah, that's my girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? I always been kind of like against her, like not against her lyrically. Her albums is not. I'm not a fan of it. Now I give her props when it's due, but like from what I've seen, this is crazy. From what I've seen,
I gotta pick something else.
Right? Like, what the fuck is this? From what I've seen, like I haven't heard anything that would make me think that she's lying.
Yeah, I think everybody is in the agreement that something happened to her. She got assaulted, she got shot, she got wounded. Something happened to her. I'm in the total agreement with that. I don't think anyone with a brain can know that. Now, whether it was Tory, whether it was Kelsey, whoever did it, no one will know. Only those three know in terms of what happened that night. But, I mean, I feel like, hey, it's kind of over with to me.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
because you want to be a real nigga.
Yeah, you
so
know.
If you want to try to be a real nigga, you say, I ain't do the shit. Like what the nigga do on the stand? She did it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
what?
he could have just been quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like even after it happened, it's a bad lapse of judgment. You know what I'm saying? Just don't talk about it.
Ain't that what you would have did?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
If I know I'm in deep shit, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna go and shut the fuck up.
I've never heard Chris Brown talk about the Rihanna situation. I mean, you've heard him talk about it, of course, in documentaries and things like that. But when it first happened, I got nothing to say. Like it is what it is. Like y'all say what y'all gotta say. I'm gonna move the fuck on. You know, and we gonna get up out of here on that shit.
Yeah, man. But that's it. I just wanted to bring that up because I had stumbled upon that. And that's one of the few clips from the JBP. Am I saying that right?
Yeah. They got a new jingle too.
Yeah, they hadn't seen. They got a nice little setup now. They got the backdrop of New York type thing going on. Okay.
Good shit, man.
You know what I'm saying? Is it still popular the way that it was?
The show?
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no. I think that he's trying to move his show brand and everything into a totally new direction. And I think he's doing that successfully. But whenever he wants to dig back and give you one of those Rory and Maul type of episodes, I do think he's capable of doing that. And those three are capable of doing that. So you do have some of those old nostalgic feelings episodes, but does it have its... It's kind of hard to say, like, if it has its impact. I think, this is the thing, I'll say this. I think before, with the first crew, it was like the streets kind of fuck with them. Like, they was like underground hood legends. Everybody, they was getting it out the mud. Everybody fucked with them.
Yeah.
Now he's kind of like, I got money, I'm a millionaire, I've made it, my relationships and all that type of stuff is good. So now he's like that hood star that transferred into pop lane. So you still got the support from the hood stars, but it's more so like mainstream. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, of course, once like when Nicki Minaj went mainstream, you had some of her hood faithful not necessarily liking her because she went mainstream and went pop. But, you know, she still get the respect. So it's the same shit with his shit, I feel like. Like, his shit is now mainstream. It's now pop, you know. But at any given time, he can still come back and drop that episode to where he, like the Meg Thee Stallion shit when he went at Vivica Fox. And he just went in
I
on
like
her,
that, too. I like he did that.
He could always dig back and go back into that. And then he get it off. But he also does it in a way where on Patreon they give you every episode that they put on Patreon. It kind of feel like that old episode that they used to give you with Rory and Maul.
How is Rory and Maul show doing? Do you listen to that too?
I try to listen to it sometimes, but I feel like Rory and Maul to me is like that girlfriend who you was trying to get her to do certain things and be a certain way when she was with you, and I don't want to say she was fighting against it, but she just didn't do it. And then when she went and got with another motherfucker, she started to do all the things you told her to do, and then it started to work and she became successful, and she tried to make it seem like you were the problem, you was holding her back. But it's like, no, I was telling you to do this. Like, at every step of the way, he kept telling them, show y'all personality, venture out more, do this, do that, and they wasn't doing it. Maybe they wasn't doing it fast enough or whatever, but it just wasn't happening. Like, he always said, like, y'all got to show y'all value outside of the podcast. They was never really showing their value outside of the podcast. Like, Rory was kind of with the Henny Palooza and Duce Palooza, but, like, Maul wasn't really showing his value outside of the podcast like that. And that's all he was saying. If y'all value go up, then our value as a whole go up, we get more money. So now when you see all them doing all these, like now they doing skits, they doing podcasts on the golf course. If you listen to it, the things that they talk about on their podcast is the shit that he used to try to get them to talk about or open up more, and they used to never didn't do it. Now one can say that's because you can look back into maybe the business wasn't right and this, that, and the third. So why would I do this or do that when the motherfucker ain't even paying me correctly? I'm gonna do this shit on my own and make my own money for myself and not make his shit popular. You could say that they was doing that, but it's just that's just my take on it from a kind of day one listener. It's like y'all could have did this shit with Joe, and y'all probably wouldn't even be in this situation. It's like the girl and the nigga who cheat on each other. It's like, I told you to do this. You didn't do this. Another man did it. Don't be mad at me for moving the fuck on.
You know what that kind of remind me of?
What?
Unapologetic. You should have had the music queued up. We should have started right there and there. You got any, you got a wall? You have technical difficulties, guys.
Awkward Scozy. Awkward Scozy.
Welcome to episode 10. I'm gonna put out the last episode we did. I'm
106.
gonna put out. I think so. It was 106.
I think he think we need some censors for that one.
Oh yeah.
But
that needs a lot of edits.
hey, I'm sorry. If I offend anybody, I apologize. I don't.
Episode 106 of the Straight Gas On Me podcast. I am dblock. To my left is Daeo, the truth teller.
Don't forget, we got one more sound bite. There we go. That's for you, Sir Legend.
The truth teller and the preacher man.
Ooh, pardon me.
You ever see that movie? Preacher?
I have. I don't really remember it though.
Who was the star in Denzel?
Denzel and Whitney.
Could be.
I think Whitney was a star in that too. Speaking of, I was gonna try to get us a guest to fill in. We had a couple cancels today, so I was gonna try to get us a guest to fill in, and he wasn't available. It was gonna be, of course, White Sox SC. Do you know what his plans were for the night?
To go see Megan?
No, he's gonna go see something else. Two movies.
Avatar
And another movie.
Oh, he's sick.
That's
He's
exactly what I said to him. I said,
I
you a sick fuck. I said, Avatar is 3 hours and 30 minutes, and you gonna go on. I said, that's two movies in one right there. You want to go see that, and then he says he's gonna see, it wasn't Meg. It's another movie. It's something else. What the fuck else is out? And then he said he's gonna go see, he might even go see Whitney Houston.
Oh, that I Believe I Can Sing shit.
I said, sir, you are sick in the fuck. You are sick in the fucking head, and he's not bringing in outside food. So he's gonna pay for the food at the theater. Like, I don't know who still does that. And he about to see two movies in one. So that's why he wasn't available to do the pod and fill in. But you know, always whenever we need to bring a guest on, you know, White Sox SC is always one call away. You know, so. But anyway, episode 106.
I am dblock the GOAT. Perplex goats, stalk the goat on this day here. I think we can start the show. I want to start the show. Ask you a question, man. What?
Another cup?
Sure, man. I go grab.
No. Just go. Come on.
That's on the top of the refrigerator if you want to go grab it. But
right,
what?
You keep going.
What is? I want to ask the question of why is there a double standard between a man having a best friend and a woman having a best friend of the opposite sex? That's what I want to ask you.
Now you gonna be surprised because
you have had female best friends.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, me having a female as a best friend has come up in topic of conversation. It's like it's been an issue. But then a lot of the women who have an issue with me having a female best friend have male best friends.
That's bullshit. I tell you that.
And I'm always accused of, oh well, maybe potentially something there or whatever. But it's like, well, I can't say that about you.
You can. That's guilt. So the reason that they're saying that.
Scusi.
Wow. The reason that women would say that is because it's guilt. Most of the time, I learned that from a woman. I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to be an asshole. I'm saying that because I've had women tell me that. Mm-hmm. So I've had women tell me that the reason that my mind or the reason that a person's mind wanders one way or the other is because they know the shit that they doing. So then they see like so what makes you different than what they are? You know what I'm saying? Or like who am I to believe? I always just say that. Who am I to think that I'm above it? If this motherfucker can be cheated on, who am I to think that I'm above that, right? But also 9 times out of 10, when it comes to those female best friends, like I'm the opposite side of it because I can have a female best friend, but you can't have a male best friend. But also, my female best friend has to be approved by you. So if Marie doesn't approve of somebody, then they're not going to be around. Because I've learned that that's not healthy for a relationship.
Does the approval have to be just, though? Or can it be unjust? And what I mean by that is you don't approve of the person for...
Nah, it got to be just.
Right, like she has to have said something, did something, or made you feel uncomfortable in some type of way within your relationship.
No, in your situation, it's not like...
I'm not talking about anybody specific.
No, like, yeah, right, like, and I'll use myself, so I'll say, like, it's not always about a sexual encounter between me and the best friend. So, earlier in my relationship, the issue with Marie and one of my female best friends was she didn't like the way that she would speak about her. You know what I'm saying? Or they never really had a negative, they didn't have those interactions with each other because I don't allow that shit. I'm not that messy ass boyfriend or a man who allows the girlfriend and the best friend to beef and shit like that. Like, first off, if we all in the same room, y'all gonna be respectable, y'all gonna be cordial. Because we adults, we not doing all that shit. So like, but some niggas don't do that. Some niggas just put them in the room and let them just have at it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, in my case, it was more so they didn't agree with. I remember when I was single, I had no kids. I wasn't doing none of this stuff. I got with a woman that had kids. We had issues, so people didn't approve of it. But it's my choice. So I would always make that clear to them, like, you don't got to date this person. I do. You need to be respectful. But then if they constantly keep overcrossing that line, then I can understand when the female has an issue with the best friend. Or if every time they're around, we feel like we got like a history. Most of the time, these women that have male best friends, they got a history to some extent. It's not that they were just always cool.
It's something there before.
It's something there before. Or we just cool now. No, you're not just cool now. Because that's not how it fucking go. Like, I'm not mature enough to be able to just be cool with none of my exes. We're not just cool. First of all, I don't want to talk to you like that. Like, we're not cool like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a woman that feels that way, a woman that's... And I think I boil it down to their insecurities. So, like, because me. One of the reasons why I'm not going to allow you to have no male best friend is I'm insecure about it. I don't trust you. I don't trust him either. So, women are not going to admit to their insecurities.
But don't you think guys and girls can be just friends?
Absolutely, they can be just friends. My female best friends, we've all been just friends. After my relationship. Like, within my relationship, all of my female best friends have been just best friends.
Right.
Prior to a relationship, I have had female best friends that weren't just best friends. But you can always tell that there was some type of attraction there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but if somebody's gonna be my friend, it's a genuine thing. So like, I've never had a sexual thought about any one of the two people that was considered like really, really close best friends within my relationship. And I'll say them, that's China and India. Like, I've never had a sexual thought about them. So we can't be just friends. I know you and your best friend are just friends. Like, to the full extent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now, a woman may be a little bit intimidated by, like, okay, so I'm using myself and I'm using you. We're not talking about nobody in particular at all. We're just talking about the way that our best friends are when it comes to us. Right? So, India is very protective, right? China, to an extent. When we were in, like, if we in the workplace or we somewhat, like, they're going to be protective of you. They're going to see things that you're not seeing. Right. They're going to want to speak on things that they feel like they need to speak on, but that's what the friends are for. Vice versa, men, we may not do it the same way, but some niggas do it worse, or more egregious within their relationships. But anyway, so it's a real true friendship there. So that's why what I'm saying, like, I think I got kind of off the topic, but I'm going back to how I believe that males and females can be friends. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody don't believe that, 9 times out of 10 is because they don't trust themselves or they're being a hypocrite.
Is there room in a relationship, you think, for your woman to have a friend of the opposite sex? Or do you think that
are they friends prior? Because
prior. Even if they make a good friend door, like let's say you meet her and then she gets a job working somewhere and y'all stay together for 10 years and she's been at that job for 8 of those years and she's built a close relationship with certain people at that job and now they've become good friends of hers. Like, is that an issue for you in a relationship to have someone of the opposite sex be prominent?
No, but see, when you say prominent, it's a little different. Because like I say, like Marie, she does have males that she speak to. So let me not say that, because people would think that I'm just some control freak that just like, no. But
yeah, it sounds like
but that's not. So that's why I always got to come back and clarify my statements, right? Because my shit always get taken out of context. And I'll say this part, and they won't remember it. They'll just be like, no, you said, no, listen.
A lot of women have selective hearing selective memory to us. Like, you can't, you know what I love about women is how they'll remember like the back half of a conversation. It's like, how you can't even get to this part of the conversation without the first thing that I said. And the first thing that I said,
that's my last one.
Goes again.
The fuck? That shit burned.
It's like the first thing I said totally explains every reason why you're mad. It's like, did you not hear the first thing I said? You just listened to the end.
No, they heard it.
Women in their selective memory is insane to me.
You know how many times I've had a conversation where I'm like, you're not hearing. You could tell a motherfucker a whole story, right? You could sit there and break it down and explain it. They're gonna hold on to one liner or one word that you said within that whole sentence and attack that. And I'll be like, you missing my point. But 9 times out of 10, you know that they get it, but you're going to keep having that argument with them because in your mind, you study trying to find ways to get them to understand. But stop doing that because they understand. You know what I'm saying? And like, for people like us, I don't think, well, I would say like for sure you, because your female best friend has been around forever. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not like she's somebody that's fucking new.
As Dirk said, since the Pampies.
It's not like she's somebody that's fucking new. You know what I'm saying? So like, people, and I would just boil that down to like, well, how well do you know me? Well, how much do you really know about me? How do you really view me? Because you know the type of person that I am. Mm-hmm. If you dating me, obviously. You know what I'm saying? If you really to get to know me, I've already told you about my best friend. So it also depends how early in the phase of y'all relationship do you mention the best friend?
I tell him in the door.
Or let him.
In the door.
So in your case, if you letting somebody know in the door that this is my female best friend, now in the door, if they like, no, I got a problem with that. That's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Now it's up to you to make that choice and say like, do I want to keep pushing forward and keep fighting through this? I know it's going to be a problem, but I'm going to try to make her understand. Mm-hmm. Now I would probably go talk to my best friend. Now your best friend, I know, she ain't going for shit. She ain't finna be like, wait a minute. But she is reasonable. Mm-hmm. So I would say, I think that you can go to your best friend and you would say, all right, listen, this person got an issue with us because of X, Y, Z, but I need you to, this somebody that I really like, I need you to just do this solid for me. Because you're going to do it for her. You know what I'm saying? So I think she's mature enough to say, all right, well, I just want to be around that person. But when I'm around that person, I will be respectful, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll help ease her mind, right? Like, I think that they can have a conversation. I think that Tracy can have conversations with whoever you may be dating or whatever and convince them within that one conversation that they have nothing to worry about, that y'all are just truly genuine friends. You know what I'm saying? But then that's up to you to figure out a way to get them together or smooth that over. You know what I'm saying? But if you like, fuck that, I'm not doing it, then I would just keep them separate. I would address it in the door. If they got an issue in the door, then I'm probably going to know down the line it's probably not going to work. And I would probably just try to fuck, give me some pussy, you know what I'm saying? Keep it cordial, not cross those lines of relationship, you know what I'm saying? And see how far that take me. You know what I'm saying? And if we could just fuck until eventually they like, they like, well, no, it's not working for me anymore. I'm not gonna do this. I want a little more. Then now you got a decision to make. But my best friend leaving, that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully around that time, when you do get to that stage, y'all have developed some type of relationship to where like it can be some type of trust there, and that, you know what I'm saying, you can move forward with the relationship and still have your female best friend.
All right.
It just comes down to the woman's maturity.
Yeah, we definitely need to get a woman's perspective on here to see what the issue is about men having female best friends and everything.
But you know what it is.
I think both parties of the opposite sex should definitely have somebody that they can talk to and trust of the opposite sex.
You know what, too?
I don't
it's
think
also about the way that they look, too. So if
I don't want to say that.
That's the truth. Hey, look, if your girl got a big fat greasy nigga, or not saying that the greasy nigga can't hit, because trust me, I've seen it all. But you would be like, all right, I'm more comfortable knowing that this your friend, because this nigga can't fuck with me. Mm. And niggas think that way, and I'm pretty sure females think the same way too. They like, oh, right. You can be friends with her. That's cool. Right. But if they cute, nice physique, nice body, 9 times out of 10, the woman is not going to approve of it. They're going to think one way. And that's why I would say, like,
when there's when there's direct competition between the two, that's when you usually have that issue. And what I mean by direct competition, and I'm speaking for people who are honest with themselves and not living in a fantasy world, to where it's like, when you see me, myself, like, I'm not going to feel as though I'm in direct competition with Idris Elba or with Chris Brown or somebody like that. Kevin Hart? Oh, we got a duel on our hands, so I think I'm in direct competition with Kevin Hart. We're the same height. I think I'm funny as just as him. I'm witty just like him. Like, certain niggas out there, Dave Chappelle, certain niggas got to see me and my personality. Other niggas...
You said minus the money.
Yeah, minus the money.
Okay.
If we on an even playing field, some of these niggas will have a hard time if they, stepping up against me in terms of having a conversation and jokey joke shit. Other niggas, I got no shot against Dwight Howard. Look at him. It's nothing. AI walk in the club, all right, brother, you got it. You got it. I'm going to concede that battle, but other motherfuckers, yeah.
I feel like you're friends with him.
I feel like it's the same type of way with women. They be like, you see competition there, you got an issue. But if you see no competition there, you got no issue. Man, I have to have some girls that had no issue.
Man, that's the absolute issue, especially with you. I know, like, people probably look at Tracy and they like, oh, no, hell no. No, it's not just your friend. You got to have some type of, you like, or they going to look at a certain way, but they just got to take the time and be mature enough to, like, have a conversation and get to know a motherfucker and see how their personality really is. And I think they'll view that situation totally different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But like,
and be clear, this is not a conversation or anything like that to have for anybody to view it any type of way, or for any conversations or anything like that to be had. This is just a conversation of women listen to certain conversations with women and podcasts and platforms of just how women have an issue with certain friends that men have, and it's like a lot of times they got those same type of friends. So it's like, what's the big double standard that goes on with why women feel a certain type of way?
Ugly as hell.
And I guess for myself, maybe I'm the
rewind that.
Maybe I'm the not the normal type of guy, because I really don't. I don't want to say that.
Watch his face. I'm listening. Keep going. Look, he was ugly as hell. But the fact that we gotta say that,
I don't want to say. I forgot what I was saying, but I don't.
You were saying, pretty much in a nutshell, what you were saying is this is not about any one person or anybody.
It's just a conversation.
It's a topic.
Yeah, it's a topic.
And the fact that we gotta say that is like, to me, that's a problem. I would say to people on both sides that will hear this and think that you being talked about personally, don't flatter yourself. You're not. When we're bringing these things up, like, we talking about each other. So like, you can't talk about a fictitious fucking, I can't give you an example.
Right.
I'm using myself in real time. So not only like, I'm bringing up situations within myself, and I'm bringing up like actual best friends. So like, that's what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I had a best friend that was, I don't know, Ruby Rose that looked like that, then I'm pretty sure, like, she was like, nah, hell no, you can't be having no motherfucking friends like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think that I'm clever enough to be able to make that work. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to explain to you that this is all that is. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make them be cool.
Yeah, my biggest thing is, like, it's just where's the trust. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just no trust. You have to trust in something. And women love movies about men or those love stories or people who maybe it didn't work out and then it became the best of fucking friends or TV shows and things like that. So it's like, why can't that shit, when it happens in real life right in front of their face, they shoot that shit down and they deny it and say, no, it's impossible, it's impossible. Like you say, I do think at the end of the day it boils down to a lot of what you're saying in terms of it's just the guilt and them looking at it and being like, it's the same shit with men. It's like, you don't trust your girl because you don't trust yourself. You don't trust what you'll do when you're out there and what you'll say. It's like, sometimes I'll be looking at old episodes of the podcast and we was talking about with the cheating thing. Or not the cheating, when we was talking about the girls living your skin. And I asked you, when your girl leave, what are you thinking about? And you're like, you thinking she's going out there to fuck. Meanwhile, it's like, well, why don't you think she's leaving you and going out there to figure shit out, figure herself out, get some clarity, and just get some space from it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just two sides of the spectrum because maybe, not talking about you, but it's like maybe that when you going out, if you go out there on some heartbreak, you instantly looking to get that sexual satisfaction and not necessarily maybe some clarity.
No, I talk about me.
And
like,
two, what a lot of people don't want to realize is once you bust that nut, you get the most clarity in the world. So if you're in heartbreak, the last thing you may want to do is bust that nut alone. So of course you're gonna try to find somebody to group.
Man, I use me as an example. Whenever, right now, she well friend right now. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? Like, keep bothering you. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could be like, that's just where your mind go. And they don't be thinking that. It's more so like, it's uneasy for me. It's uncomfortable for me. Like, I don't like it. But I gotta accept it. She's a grown ass woman. You know what I'm saying? You can't just always be like, it's just the way I am. This is something that I've acknowledged I know. It's personally with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a problem that I have. So, like, when people are ready to accept the fact that it's an issue with self, you know what I'm saying? It's nobody else's fault. So, I can have an issue with something and address it, but also let you know that I understand why the issue is mainly because of my insecurities. You're right. But I can say that, but I've still got a problem with it. Don't mean that I'm mature enough to acknowledge it, but don't mean I gotta accept it. So that's what I'm saying, and that's what I know that it comes down to. It's with oneself in the way that they view things, and just from like having conversations with women and some of the things that they do and that they're capable of doing. That's just how I always say, like, who am I to think that I'm above it? That's why my mind kind of thinks that way. It's fucked up, but I'm just being honest.
Do you think Skip Bayless's mind is fucked up for the tweet that he sent out? I don't think it was anything really wrong with the tweet. I don't think he said anything egregious or anything like that. Skip Bayless is a realistic, straight to the point type of guy. And I will say, maybe, this is the only thing I'll say. My favorite show of all time, aside from The Simpsons, is PTI. Pardon the Interruption with Tony Kornheiser and Mike Wilbon. The very next day on that show, Mike Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser said, not verbatim, but was basically saying the same shit that Skip was saying. Okay, we hope that this man is okay. We hope everything goes well for him. But what does this mean in the context of this season? What are they going to play this game? What are they going to do with the standings? Etc., etc. Like, they talk about that shit for like a whole minute. So it's like, why are y'all attacking Skip and saying that he should be fired when he's only doing the same logical thing that everyone is thinking? If an NBA player goes up for a dunk and breaks their fucking neck on the court, it has to be revived. Yeah, we thinking about that player. But if these two teams are in a heated battle and they only got 3 games left, everybody's mind is thinking, well, are we going to play the game? What are we going to do moving forward? So it's like, it's not as though what he said was something super fucking out of the fucking norm and out of the realm and everything like that. And I don't know, I guess people talking something, it's It's a time and a place for it, but it's like, bro, at that very time, when you see the shit happen, you turn to your homie and you say, think they're going to replay the game? Think they're going to keep it forward? What do you think they're going to do? Mm-hmm. So in that moment, you can do two things at once. The human brain is capable of showing sympathy and being sympathetic, but also looking at the situation for what it is and being honest about the situation. And I think Skip was just being honest about the situation, and people just want to scapegoat and everything. Like what the fuck? I don't know. I think people are insane and out of their fucking mind for having all this venom towards Skip. And Shannon Sharp is cool. I like him, but
let's go, Jenny.
Come on.
Let's move on. Like, just like we did that shit. Like, let's just move on. Because you ain't gonna let me finish. Like, you can tell that I'm getting sick of your shit, man. You keep cutting me off. One thing I say with the Skip and Shannon shit, right? Skip, he's well within his rights to say what he needs to say, right? I think we just oversensitive, right? Mm-hmm. And even me, I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. When you hear about it, you looking at it. But everybody wanna be fucking sensitive. So everybody want to be offended nowadays by something. Everybody wants to be offended. Like when I see the thing with Avatar, with them fucking Native Americans about, oh, I don't like the way you're being depicted. Nobody said nothing about this. Like shit ain't got nothing to do with just some blue motherfuckers making Indian sounds. Like, but who to say this is Indian sounds? Because when you go back and watch medieval times, the motherfuckers whoa, whoa, making sounds, all that shit too. So like, excuse me, you know what I'm saying? Like, who like, so if they have big noses and big lips, do black motherfuckers, should they be offended? Are you trying to, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are always looking for a reason to be offended. So I think that they really took it, like, they really was extreme with the way that they took Skip's take. But what bothers me about Skip is, and what he gets away with because he's white, is the fact that he doesn't have to come down off his stance. And that's kind of what I was talking about when I was mentioning Dana White, where it's like, I'm white, so yeah, I said it, and I'm not taking a tweet down, and I'm going to get on the air and do some weak-ass apology and be fake as hell. And man, you're not even being genuine. You know what I'm saying?
Because he really probably don't.
He don't.
He probably don't want to get an apology.
Exactly, all right? I don't really want to apologize to it, but I'm going to do it, right? But then don't come on the air the next day and then be like, well, we weren't going to talk about it, and nobody was offended by it. He's like, yeah, you clearly was. You know what I'm saying? Then you want, let's go. That's why I'm saying, like, I like Shannon. I think Shannon, what bothers me about Shannon is, if you're gonna pick a lane and stay in it. Mm-hmm. Like, don't come over here in the beginning of the show and then go back to, no, nigga, hold your stance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I saw Stephen A. Once again, being old Stephen A. Wasn't they gonna give his ass more lashes with Dana White shit? Did you see it?
No,
he get around there and defend him. He get up there defending him and shit. Well, I know he's a family man. He didn't see that. Fucking up the pod. Who is that? God damn it. Fuck.
What's Stephen A. say?
No, he was this is about Dana White, so we can say that. But yeah, just Shannon, if you gonna pick a stance, pick the fucking stance, man, and stay on one side. Don't be one way and then jump back to the other side. That's all I'm saying. That's what bothers me about him.
That'd be my biggest thing too. Is like he came on that show. First of all, you didn't do the show, and I'm not one of those people who don't know their history in terms of what they're talking about. And I think a lot of times nowadays, you have to
okay, you have to
hold on. But I think a lot of times with this new generation, you have to explain to them that you know every fucking thing and you understand every angle, because you'll say something, they'll be like, well, you don't know about Shannon Sharp. No, I know about Shannon Sharp's past. I know who Shannon Sharp is, where he's come from, etc., etc. So I understand I understand more fully than other people in terms of why he would feel some type of way about this, especially what happened to his brother, and especially with him being a former player him fucking self. So, of course, he's going to feel about it differently than someone who never played, who's just reporting on the shit. But like you said, it's like you making it seem like it's one thing. Skip get all this backlash. Like this is something Stephen A. probably would never do. Like Stephen A. would have shown up to that show, and he'd have said what he had to say, and he'd addressed the people that had the backlash. So if he felt like they was going too hard on Skip, he'd have said that shit on that show on that day. But he also expressed his disagreement and how he doesn't agree, like he always used to do about with LeBron and all the other shit, Kobe and everybody else that Skip used to always say stupid shit about. Like, come on the show, do that, say that shit. Come on the show and say, all right, man, Skip, you was wrong. This is why people are saying you wrong. You got to understand, a lot of people are saying that you was wrong. It started with the football players that were saying you was wrong for the shit that you was saying, for you thinking that the game is bigger than this, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. But that's just my biggest thing with certain people. It's like you say, pick a lane, stay in there. If you're gonna be offended, be offended. Don't jump back and forth. Don't crisscross. Don't do all that, because now you putting Skip in a fucked up position, and to where he gotta. I don't know what's going on. Are you quitting? Why you didn't show up? Now you want to show up. Now you want to talk about it. So we're gonna talk about it. You can say what you gotta say, but I gotta sit here and say that be my thing with y'all. And when y'all used to tell about me about defending myself, it's like, okay, cool. I know how to sit here and take some shit and say some shit, but you don't like so I'm supposed to sit here and let you say these things that are not true and slander my character and just accept it just because of how you felt in the moment and felt I could have did it in a different type of way. Mm-hmm. So I'm not supposed to sit here and defend myself. I'm not supposed to say anything about it. Like, I thought it was over. It's like when a man cheat and the girl went, oh, I thought it was over. I thought he wasn't bringing up the past anymore. Like don't bring that up. Mm-hmm. We came on this show and said, hey man, we gonna let that shit go. Now you wanna go in, you wanna talk about it? So of course I'm a defender. Of course I'm a double down. Like, and again, I didn't see anything wrong with what he said, what he tweeted, or anything like that, because it's the same sentiment that every single fucking person has in the world. When a fucking NASCAR driver crashes his car and flips that motherfucker over 75,000 times. If it's a fiery crash or not, everybody in the stands is like, I can't wait till that motherfuckers today restart this shit, right? I can't wait till they drop that caution flag so motherfuckers can hit the gas again. Like, I don't know, and certain things, and this is not the first time it's happened. I don't know who Hank Gathers is, but I believe he's a basketball player. Maybe he hit his head, he died.
Yeah, he had a movie. I was watching it.
Football player died on the field. PTI ran out of that. That's why
I'm being insensitive.
I'm not being insensitive, but this is why I like PTI over all shows. They are so old that they've seen a lot of shit. So they kind of like those old men that's saying, get the fuck off my lawn. Because they ran down all of the things and tragedies that they've seen in sports where it's like, okay, this is not something new. Just because you guys have only seen two players collision or ACL get torn and motherfucker get carted off, we've seen something differently. So we come from a different era and a different past in terms of the shit that we can deal with and how we see. That's where the term "the show must go on" comes from. Yeah. Like, my grandfather used to always tell me, one monkey don't stop no show. Like, and I'm not trying to be insensitive, but it's like, come on now, let's be real. Let's always put things in its proper context. If this was the playoffs, you think that game would have been postponed, would have been played. Conference finals, that game would have been postponed, would have been played. Super Bowl, that game postponed, or are we going to continue to play it?
I think I understand what you're saying. Yeah, the game would have still been played, but it wouldn't have been the same. You know what I'm saying? So like,
it's never the same.
But
when a dude from the Steelers got fucking paralyzed, that game wasn't the same. It didn't feel the same. Mm-hmm. When Antonio Brown ran across the middle and they cracked his cranium and probably gave him CTE, where he crazy right now, that game wasn't the same. The butt fumble game wasn't the same after that. Like, I mean, of course it's not going to be the same.
I understand.
But you still got to do your job. If we at work and a motherfucker slip and fall and break his back or his leg, I'm going to feel type of way. If you get on the ladder and you fall off a ladder, I'm going to feel type of way when I get on this ladder. I still got to get on this ladder and get this shit down from the shelf though, right? No, boss. I'm finna go home. T fell off the ladder, Joe. I'm shaky right now. Huh? Yeah. Again, I'm not talking about this football game because I totally understand and I agree with something like football. You should not play the game because it's so dangerous. Everybody needs to be in the right headspace in order for them not to get hurt. But I'm just putting it in the context for other people to realize that I don't think Skip is wrong. I don't think so. Yeah. And this just goes to why I say, well, it's crazy how when people wait for you to be down so they could just fucking pile on and pile on and pile on top of you for every little mistake that you do. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. You couldn't wait. Couldn't wait till I was down.
Yeah.
Can't wait till I make a mistake. Before I was drip bayless, had all the cool mics, everybody was all this and that. And then I do one thing and then,
It's the times,
Matt Barnes, who cares?
Like, I love Boosie, but I saw Boosie like, you racist. He not racist. Don't put that, why you gotta, like, don't always take it to race. He's like, if that was Tom Brady, you wouldn't say that shit. But it's Tom Brady. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Like, I'm more like, I didn't even watch the fucking game.
Tom Brady broke his fucking leg and the game went on. Golden boy Tom Brady in his golden age.
That is different, though.
How, bro? He broke his leg.
He did. But that's a broken leg. This motherfucker died on the field.
It's true.
This different.
Yeah.
When you see it, you like, damn, what happened? You want to follow the story because you like, man, I hope this nigga don't die. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
we didn't even know what was going on. The only reason you know what was going on because of social media.
Because of social media.
That's the only reason you know. The
Absolutely.
only people who knew what was going on was them players on that field. If somebody in social media had not been giving you minute by minute updates, you'd have just thought that motherfucker was down and he's waiting on the ambulance to come pick him up, take him to the hospital. I'll just say this, we can get off this. In 2010, he would have been a down player that took it to the ambulance, and you know when we would have heard all that shit? On the 10 o'clock Sports Center when they said, well, actually what happened, Stewart, is his heart stopped on the field, and then he had to be resuscitated, and we'd be like, damn, bro, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but we ain't in 2010.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. So that's why it's different now. You are privy to all this information, and everything is going to hit the... I don't give a fuck what happens. Somebody's going to have a view of something that's going to show you some shit that you probably shouldn't be seeing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I boil that down to. Like, I don't think he should have got all the scrutiny that he did. I have lost a little... I lost... Not mainly just because of that one situation, but just, like, Skip Bayless as a whole, like... A lot of the shit that he do, I tried to watch them after the fact. They was talking about Justin Fields, and they were talking about how the Bears, he was like, and Shannon was like, no way they'll trade Justin Fields, and he was like, well, I don't know. If you got, I'm like, I turned the shit right off. Because that's not going to happen at all. It's not even realistic. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hearing motherfuckers just want to talk about certain shit, I lose respect in that manner because I'm like, man, dude, like, you just really it's really clickbait at this. What the fuck, clickbait? Clickbait at this point, because you just looking at it. People are thinking that the interactions between them are staged. Like, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? But it's more so just like, look at that. It's more so just like, it's annoying. And Skip is becoming annoying to me. Like I say, I don't think he should have gotten the scrutiny that he did. But he should get some.
I can see that interactions being staged.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, that shit with Skip was... Yeah, like... But it's just like with people with Tory Lanez. Remember they was like, fuck that nigga. He cares, he this and that. Mm-hmm. Now everybody feel empathy for him. And that's just how quick it's all because social media. In 2010, a lot of shit will be different. We here now. So now everybody's a detective. Everybody think their opinion matter. Everybody get up under them comments, write whatever they want. It be fake pages, all kind of shit, and it forces a reaction out of people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know my opinion don't matter. I'm just a merely soul in a soul of 6 billion on the earth. So, but hey, man, I think my biggest thing, my issue that I have is especially when you see certain people in the celebrity world, and then I guess when you see certain people in your friend group who start saying certain shit, and it's like, really, man, really,
shut the fuck up.
Like, come on now, like, you wouldn't have this opinion if this person wouldn't have this opinion, and certain people. I guess that's my biggest thing. Like, have your own opinion, and make your own thought process of the situation. If you really didn't see nothing wrong with it, it's okay for you to say you don't see nothing wrong with it, bro. Like, you don't got to be up in arms because everybody else is up in arms.
And that's what I always try to do. Like, I want to know, I hear a situation and form my own opinion. Like, that's why I be wanting to hear, like, I go and look at certain shit so I can hear it for myself, and then I'll interpret it's hot as fuck, how I want to judge the situation. So that's what I'm saying, like, Go ahead.
So how do you judge Gabrielle Union saying that if a woman pays all, because she was paying all the bills, she felt entitled to cheat for infidelity? Now these, I will say, give her credit, I have heard that what she said was taken out of context. But let's just run with that headline. That because she paid all the bills in her marriage, not the one with D. Wade, the one prior, that she felt entitled to infidelity.
Why? Why you with him? Why she was with him?
What do you think about that concept, though? Because you pay all the bills and you're doing everything. Is a person entitled to infidelity based on their bank account? Or
see, I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't agree with that, because that's what I said when it goes back to like Nicki Minaj.
Mm-hmm.
Or when I was talking about that earlier, like if I'm the breadwinner, if I'm the one with all this fucking money, but we seeing so many different scenarios with a woman, when a woman has a mindset that I ain't supposed to do shit, I ain't supposed to work, I ain't supposed to do nothing. A man supposed to take care of me.
Mm-hmm.
So then every man that takes care of home should have that pass to go and cheat. I should be able to get my dick sucked whenever I want, because you ain't doing shit. I'm taking care of you. So if that's the mindset that we gonna have,
mm-hmm.
because I got money and because I'm the breadwinner, then everybody that's in that type of situation, well, supposedly the way that the woman brain works, because when you see these people talk about that, and I saw that go back to when like Caleb Eden was saying that, when she was like, if I'm going 50, when Glorilla said that 50-50 shit, a lot of women was like, well, if I'm going 50-50 with my man, I'm cheating. Okay, so I want y'all to understand that every time y'all complain about double standards and women complain about a man want to do what he want to do and woman can't, you know why? Because Gabrielle Union just said that, and y'all agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So then y'all should agree with when every man that's taking care of y'all is out here having all. So India shouldn't have shit to say about Dirt.
Right.
Ari shouldn't have shit to say about Moneybag. All these motherfuckers who we know them because of them, they shouldn't have a voice. It shouldn't matter. So I want to flip it to them.
They say look at the Carisha and Diddy situation.
I want to flip it.
Well, she ain't got no problem with nothing, cause
she do. She always got something to say.
But she
got a problem.
She was with him for New Year's.
But she got a problem with it, right?
But he a billionaire, so
right. So she gonna shut the fuck up and deal with it. She gonna talk her shit and go put up her post like, almost but you gonna put up your post. And you gonna be happy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we see it just like you. So you talking to yourself, you convincing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what the harsh reality of the shit is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm the breadwinner, so guess what? I can do what the fuck I want to do. Shut the fuck up. So when I tell you, shut up and go cook and wash dishes, that's your fucking job. Watch some kids. What's the difference? So you want to tell me because you the breadwinner, I can go and cheat? Well, if that's the case, then why you with this motherfucker? Why you with this po ass nigga? You gotta take care of him and do all this shit for him. Why you with him? You're not happy, so why you there? You know what I'm saying? What did he provide for Gabrielle?
Just because you cheat don't mean you're not happy.
Why you cheating? Why she say she was cheating? What the headline say? What did the headline say?
It said because she was paying all the bills.
I could cheat.
Yeah.
Why?
I guess it's maybe, I don't know, I didn't read the documented article.
Animosity.
I do know about Gabrielle Union, she's a sexually free person. So she is one of those people who said, I do remember in a quote, in an article, she said, you got one vagina, you use it up until you can't use it anymore. So
yeah,
she's a proponent of that. Although now she's a married woman, committed relationship.
They not committed.
When she was,
they probably swingers and all kind of shit.
I don't know,
you know that.
But she said when she was in her 20s and everything, she was out here. She was out here. Because why not?
So why she get married?
I do know she's one of those type of women, free spirit.
Why she get married?
To that man?
Yeah.
Maybe she fell in love with her. That's what I'm saying. I don't think cheating is
What do you tie cheating to?
A
a nice thrill, a good time?
Curiosity. I tie cheating to curiosity. I tie it to opportunity. I tie it to missing something or lacking something. Maybe that's in your relationship. Mm-hmm. And I also tie it to if YOLO is a thing, if that I tie it to YOLO. Because if I'm in Brazil, it's a Brazilian woman that's STD free in front of me. Like, why wouldn't I? Think I'm not?
You know, I think
if we go to Africa and we see some real African thick Kenyan women, you like, yeah, you think I'm gonna pass this down? The same way she wouldn't pass down if she seen a man with a mandingo to his knee.
Yeah, but you know why? Because that's a mindset. It's a mindset with us. You ever felt guilt from cheating on somebody?
I have.
All right.
Have
you ever had guilt eat you up from cheating on a person?
So what I told that person?
Yeah.
No.
I have.
Oh, you're a noble guy.
But, you know, look, the reason for that guilt was...
Me and my guilt. We on the handshake.
Yeah, I understand that.
You guilty, ain't you? I am my nigga, but...
I'm there now. I don't feel guilt, like, but I don't cheat.
You ever seen my... I hope you remember your thought, but Brittany Murphy, R.I.P., my favorite actress.
Okay.
One of my favorite actresses. In that movie she had, it was called... I forgot the fucking name of it right now, but she always said, she was like, I'll never tell. Tell me and my guilt are.
Got it.
I'll never tell. I'll never tell.
And that's 98% of people.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I tell them.
I think it's a situation for. I think it's just isolated situations, and I think with that situation, it was because I was young. I was more gullible to situations, so I'm like, you know, this person is really genuine for me, and I'm like,
ate you up inside.
I'm meeting they people, and we bonding, and I'm like,
how did that conversation go?
What, me telling that person that? So I did the shit, and then the person it was one of my sister friends. So like, I'm like, man, she gonna see this motherfucker at some point in time. And I don't really, it's so long ago, like I vaguely remember it, like what it was, but I know I had just met the family and shit. I was spending the night over there. It was a good time. I had a drunk incident. She helped get me cleaned up back to where I need to be. I was like, wow, this gotta mean something. You know what I'm saying?
Touch your corazon?
That had to mean something.
Corazon?
Ain't mean shit. It ain't mean the goddamn thing, but not like it gotta mean something, right? So, I'm studying with her every day, looking her on her face and seeing how she's genuinely happy, right? And I'm knowing that at some point, if this comes down the pipe, it's ruined. You know what I'm saying? So watching her be happy, for some reason, it ate me alive. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I just gotta tell her, right? And of course, it never works out the way you think it's gonna work out. So you and your guilt, keep it locked up. Shake them stones. But with that, I think I told her, I was like, I said, I gotta talk to you, and I was real sincere. I was like, about to get a little tear in there.
Oh, yeah?
Get the waterworks going. You know what I'm saying? Show how genuine I was.
Somebody cutting noise?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? This is my quarterback. But I said, yeah, I was like, I think I had cheated on you. Like, some type of shit.
I think I had cheated on you.
I don't remember what I said. I know I said something like that. And she was, like, devastated. She was fucking devastated. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, how and who? And I'm like, it wasn't even a full session. Like, it was like a start and finish, like, what am I doing type shit, right? Real shit, no lie. But you ever be like, wait a minute, stop this. I shouldn't be doing this.
Listen, man, Marty told your ass on Ozarks. You had several chances to say no. You could have stopped this at several points.
I could have.
When you unbuckled your pants.
I came right in from a long night. Long night of probably playing baseball earlier today. Playing basketball. Sweaty balls and all. Just came in. Motherfucker in my room in the bed. What you doing here? You know what I'm saying? Mood to coming back. Matching lingerie set. I'm like,
I can't do this. I have a girlfriend.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here? That's a knee slap. That ain't a slap in the ass. That's a knee slap. What are you doing here? But anyway, I told the motherfucker and like,
goddamn, I'm glad you did.
Right.
Shit. I'm thinking about you.
What you doing with that on? But of course, after the fact, that knee slapper did turn into a smack in the ass. But look, after I said that and I told her what I had to tell her, right? She left. She went home, and it was awkward for like
Awkward.
real awkward for like the next week or so.
Stay with her?
Yeah, she stayed with me, but she wasn't with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I think ultimately, I don't believe that was what caused the a lot of the problems within that relationship. I think it just made her feel more like comfortable doing whatever the fuck else she was gonna do, or bring her shit to the light. Because they always feel like, well, I got one up now. You in a hole with that. So it was never the same. I will tell you, it was never the same after saying that. And then it went to a point to where like we wasn't together, and then she was with girls and shit. And then how it flips is, I'm thinking we bonding, we having a real good moment or whatever. And I was so thirsty, I'm like, well, you know what? What do most young-minded dumb niggas do when they think this is what's gonna keep the woman here? What do dumb niggas do? What do you do when you dumb, you young, you be like, I don't want to lose this woman. What I'm gonna do to try to keep her here? What do niggas do?
Buy something?
No. Think a little more extreme. Like, you're not going anywhere. You're gonna be here.
Cry?
Alright, this nigga he's really emotional, Carl Thomas. I'm saying, I'm a nut in you. I'm finna go and bust his
Wow!
Well, not on purpose, but not like I'm she know I'm doing it.
I'm not a heartless guy like
Listen,
that.
no, she know I'm doing it. I ain't just like I'm ripped the condom off hood, take it. No, I'm like, we fucking, I'm like, I ain't pulling out. She's like, alright, okay. Thank God I was shooting blanks at that point in my life. Because I would be in a sticky situation. But
That's what she said.
that didn't work out. And I'm thinking like, alright, we back on the right path.
I've never tried that. Still been my go-to.
Yeah, don't do it. And it had gotten to the point to where like the communication, she used to come spend the night all the time. Stopped doing it. She was hanging out all night.
See, you was too old. You was watching Baby Boy. That's why you was too. You was following the path of Jody.
I was a damn fool. This was before Baby Boy. This was a long time ago, brother.
Baby Boy 2001. You really got a lot up in age over. So
2001.
that's when Baby Boy came out.
2000. Maybe yeah, it was after Baby Boy.
I know it was, motherfucker. I said you following the path of Jody.
I hadn't watched Baby Boy yet. I don't think. I think Baby Boy was emulated around my life before the baby mamas. But
were you P or were you Jody?
I'm motherfucking Jody.
Okay.
I wasn't shit.
You look like.
Well, I could drive. That's holy. That ain't. I'm joking. That's holy. But to wrap this up, after doing that, I'm thinking that we about to reconnect or whatever. Mm-hmm. We about to build towards something. I go meet her. I go to the school to meet one of my female best friends at the time. Who do I see? I probably told this story before. I think I have. I'm going to say it again. This motherfucker is at the school. I'm like, hey, I say her name. She looked back at me.
Mystery one.
This after I just shot in her, okay? She looked back at me like this and kept walking to that car. I'm like,
my semen is still inside you.
Going?
72 hours.
You know what I'm saying? And left. Crushed. I was crushed. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that worked out. And it never panned out. So being honest doesn't always work in your favor. So it's best just not to cheat and be loyal to your mate.
This goes into the question I want to ask you. When people get caught cheating, I say keep it on us as men. When men get caught cheating, what are the methods that they get caught cheating by? Like how do men get caught cheating?
What do we do when we get? How do we get caught?
How do we get caught? Like in terms of, is a friend telling on us? Do we leave the text open? Some men, I don't know how you leave a condom on, or maybe it's a rapper.
Y'all be saying dumb shit like that.
Hair, scrunchies, things of that nature. What are some methods? If back in your past, what are some ways that you've gotten caught?
I wasn't really a cheater, so if I've gotten caught, it's always like some phone shit. It'll be like some phone shit. Some type of message I done sent that I probably shouldn't be sending. Mm-hmm. It's never like a woman telling another woman like, hey, just because I have my shit tight. That shit don't happen. That shit don't happen. So it's never more so like, hey, I got something to tell you. I had my shit tight. Pardon me, I misspoke. I always gotta bring it back. So yeah, when it's been that, it's been more so like, yeah, like it's always just like some phone shit. Like leaving the phone open. I've never texted the same thing. Now I have made a mistake and sent the text before to somebody that was meant for somebody else. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh, but you can always kind of rebound and clean it up. They probably know you're lying, but you find a way to clean it up.
There's an edit button for that now. Which coincidentally doesn't work.
Crazy.
It doesn't work. I'll share this information to you. If you have an Apple Watch, the edit button does not work. Because whatever the fuck you first put, that motherfucker pop up on that Apple Watch. So I see what you intended to say to me. Or what you intended to say on the Apple Watch.
So the real message come through the Apple Watch, but the phone.
But if they edit it, that shit they edit it real quick. But I can still see it like, oh, this motherfucker said that.
So if I send you something, I can go edit the message.
You can edit like right. I can take like 2 minutes after. You can edit that shit. Up to 2 minutes you can edit. Yeah, this is a new feature that they got.
I didn't know that.
But I'll be looking at that shit.
Well, I always got an Apple Watch on, so you're not gonna get past me with your message.
Well, I'll be looking. I'll be like. Clean it up then. Clean it up.
Now, do you call them out? Do you call them out when you gotta clean it up? When you catch them cleaning it up?
Oh yeah. I'll be like, no. What would you say that? Say that shit then. But
you gonna suck this motherfucker like? Oh, okay.
I think I've been caught in all ways. Like someone's told on me. Definitely been caught with the phone. Definitely been caught with items being left in the house. But women do shit on purpose. Like I had to learn all these things. Like the older you get and the more things you go through, like you have to learn of why certain people like girls do the seat back trick shit too. Like how niggas get in your shit and let your shit all the way back. Girls do that shit too. And girls notice that same shit too. Like for women out there, I keep my seat up so I can put my fucking arm back there. So I don't like my seat extended all the way back, linked back, because then I can't hold my arm there. Mm-hmm. But there's girls that are getting your shit and let your shit back to a certain angle, then they hop back in your shit if it's back up. Who was in here? What stiff back bitch you got sitting up here? You like, excuse me?
Let me tell you.
What?
Marie leave lip gloss in my door, like the little handle thing. If a lip gloss is missing, I don't even know it's there. Like, she'll come and say, what the fuck my lip gloss? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I ain't know it was over there. You know what I'm saying? Or, whenever I take one of the kids with me, if Tamara rides in the front seat, I got the seat all the way up, pushed up so she can see. Every time she get in, she be like, who the fuck was in here? Who the fuck was sitting right here? She don't say it like she accusing me. She say it like she asking a genuine question.
They always let you know. Put you on notice.
I know. I'm like, Tamara was sitting right there. That's why the seat was like that. I'm like, don't nobody sit in here. This is a one-seater. You know what I'm saying? And she pay attention to that, but I pay attention to the motherfucking, when I get in her car, like, because I'm the only motherfucker that need to be sitting there. So, like, I sit a certain way. But Kenya get in there, and it'll be up some, but, like, if I got to get in there and adjust this motherfucker a little bit.
It's a problem. You got attitude.
Yeah, I'm like, why the fuck this seat like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck your ponytail look like that? I'm that guy. Motherfucker, what's wrong with your head? Like, you stuck your head out the window or something? You know what I'm saying? Overanalyze shit. I'm always have something to say. That's why I be in trouble so much, man, because I just don't know how to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like,
yeah, man, we get out of here, man. Let's take a question.
We don't have to, but, I mean.
Yeah, man, I'm done. I don't think I mean. Well, what do you think about Vince McMahon, real quick? It's coming back to sell the business. Do you think he should sell it? I think we should leave Vince McMahon the fuck alone. If Vince McMahon sells WWE, that will be it just seems wrong. It just seems wrong.
It just shows you where he is. He's like, if I can't have it, nobody can.
I don't blame him.
Me either.
I don't blame him, but I do think
he need to get the fuck on. That's what he need to do. Take your ass back where you at.
But then y'all gonna force him to sell it to somebody who's gonna do something stupid with it, run into the ground, then we no longer gonna have WWE. That's where we headed.
Yeah.
That's where we headed because he wanted to fuck younger people. But he didn't do anything wrong. He just had sex with women. Just what is sex wrong?
They said sexual harassment in the workplace. He sexually harassed women. You're being insensitive this entire episode. Vince McMahon was sexually harassing people. They were making these women feel uncomfortable, groping them. doing these things. Him and John Laurinaitis, pink ass face. You know they doing some nasty old creep ass corporate shit. You know what I'm saying? You know how many of these bad rappers,
So you said
wrestlers that's probably been fondled by Vince.
So you saying that I can see with that. Okay, that part cool.
That's all I'm saying.
I got
now him fucking younger women, that's his prerogative.
Yeah, like
when you harass him, making them feel uncomfortable, you know he's doing that. So like,
but he was doing that back with Tory Wilson,
okay.
Stacey Keebler, and Trish Stratus.
Wasn't okay, bro. I just sent you the shit when he said, "What up, my nigga?" Like, I'm not offended by it, but that wasn't okay.
Are you offended by Roman Reigns saying nigga?
No, he fucking Samoan. He ain't white. He can say it. Well, then, nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's my boy, Tribal Chief. I hope they come on the road to WrestleMania too, because I'm definitely going. I got to see Tribal Chief, because I feel like it's getting to the point where we about to become like Brock and them and just
be gone.
Be once a nah. So, but yeah, now Vince, you need to go back to what the fuck you was.
So do you not want to sell?
Nah, absolutely not. Why would I want to sell? Like I'm kind of like back investing into it. So like, yeah, nah. And I'm not invested, so I'm like watching the whole show. Like I'm skipping through it. I'm watching the Bloodline. You know what I'm saying?
Are you watching that the Breakfast Club has not been on all year?
I haven't noticed that.
Who do you think they're playing? And who do you think the new host is going to be?
I don't know. Are they on break or something?
You know Angela Yee left.
She's nobody.
She's a big deal.
She's nobody.
She is. But somebody has to replace her. So do you think they're shooting pilot episodes, working out the kinks, trying to figure out who they co-host going to be?
I don't know. I ain't noticed that. I think they're probably still trying to figure out one.
Cardi B.
No.
Remy Ma.
No.
Who else is
probably? Gotta be somebody that's full-time.
These women can be full-time hosts.
No. Not Cardi B.
Radio show is 4 hours in the morning, bro. Joe Budden was a radio host.
Not Cardi B. Not Remy. That wouldn't.
Who else is a big name that you think is?
I don't think it got to be a big name. I think they got enough big names. They need somebody that could just fit. So I think that's what happened with these shows and why they always go wrong. They always looking for the big name to slide in there for star ability, but like they don't really mesh or fit because they're gonna come in and either try too hard or they're gonna be such a presence that it takes away from the natural chemistry that the other two have. I think that's why like Joe Budden shit probably worked because he went with like, we don't know who the fuck these guys is.
You don't follow me. I know who it was.
But
we didn't know who Rory and Maul was neither.
Exactly. But if he said, man, I'm gonna go get somebody that you motherfuckers know and put them there, like the personality, I don't think it would.
So you think they should put like a Scotty Beam or somebody like that?
What was that? The shit that was with Joe Budden?
Yeah.
No, I don't like her. Okay. No.
But somebody,
somebody like that,
like a Just Hilarious.
Yeah, but not her either. But like, cause she'll try too hard. That's what I'm saying. Like, it gotta be somebody that's like that. You know how like academics have that everyday struggle shit. Mm-hmm. You ain't know the chick, but she was good. She did her part.
Like a B Simone.
She fit. Like, no, she's too extra. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're gonna be too extra. Like, you gonna not think they're genuine.
Nikki.
You know damn well it ain't gonna be no damn Nikki.
Why not?
Extra as hell.
What is Nikki doing?
She gonna be extra as fuck. It ain't genuine. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody that's gonna be genuine, man. Like, and that could just fit in between them two, not do too much, not have too much of a presence. You know what I'm saying? But just have just enough presence to matter.
And are you going to see Megan?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I would have went yesterday, but yeah, it didn't go as planned. But I'm planning on seeing it either tomorrow or Monday.
By the time that we film the next show, we will know the results of which movie is better. Probably film it on a Saturday.
Okay.
Megan or LeBron James's revised house party. And I will say, one reason why I probably won't get rid of my ads on YouTube is because YouTube ads tell you what's coming on and what's going on in the world. Mm-hmm. I mean, they've been shoving this Megan movie, this LeBron movie, whatever else movie that like they be putting Captain America Winter Soldier. They must be doing something big with that franchise because they keep shoving that fucking Captain and Falcon, that's TV series. Mm-hmm. Every fucking commercial is that. So, what do you think? What's your take on do you think which movie is going to be better, Megan or LeBron's revised of House Party?
Before I go into that sidebar, do you know that House Party is only available in select theaters? Which is bullshit. The new one, yeah. So it'll only be for Regal, it's only at the one on Western and the one on Webster. It's not playing out there by me. So I got to go to like AMC or something like that. I got to find the location.
It's not playing out there by the Hunkies.
Yeah, and which I'm in Indians. Indians have taken over that theater. I'm about to find a new location because I can't take it. It's dirty in there. It's always dirty. It smells awful. And from two guys that used to work at the movie theater, like I'm like, where are the ushers? It's popcorn everywhere. They not cleaning the theaters. I was about to clean the seat myself. It was kind of sticky. I said, what would a white man do? This way, I be listening to you when you say this shit. What would a white man do? The black ass manager was sitting there, fat ass at the desk. I said, excuse me, ma'am. Can you give me somebody? You have paper towels? Can I get somebody to clean the seat in theater 15? She said, is it? I said, it's some sticky substance. She said, can I get an usher to 15? He came in with a dry ass napkin. Half did his job. They don't clean the toilets. Everything's nasty. Piss everywhere. I'm like, you white and you Indian motherfuckers are really nasty. Y'all disgusting. Like, why y'all trashing this theater like this?
Come to Central and North
I damn sure ain't dealing with them. With one, his family of 12, taking all the damn seats, can't park. You like, man, god damn, why you sitting in my seat? Motherfucker banging buckets, kids out of control, running up and down the steps.
Every time motherfucker come up, like, what's your name? He's like, white.
What? I think house party is gonna be. But let me tell you this. This happened to me.
I like the premise of it though. I think LeBron's gonna be real funny in this. Man.
I think house party is gonna be better than Megan. Megan is PG-13 too, by the way, which is pissing me off because that kind of waters it down already. But I tell you about
like scary shit, no way.
Long as I don't like spirits, I can watch this. It ain't spirits. If it's like ghosts and shit,
you ever seen Willard with the rats?
Absolutely not. I ain't watching that shit. I want to see no damn rats. I can't. I got a phobia. But I went to this Chinese restaurant. Nasty as hell, by the way.
Speaking of rats.
Every Chinese... Hey, listen. Every Chinese restaurant that I've serviced, they're really nasty. So they sit in the back. They smoking a cigarette. I go up the stairs. It's a Chinaman sitting in the room like a closet with dirty towels, like a pantry. Big-ass pantry. He just sitting in there like this. So I'm like, looking at him. I threw some towels and they fell. He just pointed. He got no mouth not moving. He can't say words. I'm like, all right. Another one come out the kitchen. Like, he look up the stairs, see my black ass, go in the kitchen, get a woman. The woman come out, she looking up there. Then they go back in. I'm like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like speaking to him like that. Here come another one. He got a hat on. He come out. I look him dead in his face. I'm like, y'all never seen a black motherfucker before or something? But that's what I'm thinking in my head. Mm-hmm. But I'm working. I'm on the clock. So I say, what's up, man? He did like this. He said, hey, the motherfucker that's sitting in the closet, I'm in there for about 5 to 10 minutes. He ain't said a fucking word. He's just sitting there staring at the wall. As soon as I finish, he say, thank you. I say, oh, this motherfucker can talk. I go down the stairs. We go around and check the signature. It's a Chinese man at the motherfucking desk. Now, you know when you're talking to him, you're like, hey, man, I'm the new contact, motherfuckers like this. I'm like, you understand? Like, we want to say, like, you understand? You understand? You know what I'm saying? We like, yeah. Then we said, can we get a name for the signature? He said, what's your name? He said, Tony. Tony? So you gonna create a fucking American name, you gonna say, Tony. He said that clear as I'm like, you're clearly Chinese as a motherfucker. Your name's not Tony.
Oh, fucking so they he said Peter. I said,
like, that's not your fucking name.
Your name, Woo. Your fucking name, Chin Lee. That's not your fucking name.
Motherfucker said, symbol. What does the symbol stand for? Oh, it means Peter in American. Motherfucker said, Tony. Me and the white dude, we looked at each other. He was like, dude, I'm glad you laughed because I didn't want to be offensive. I said, you ain't got to worry about me. Shit, I'm about to be offensive. Because this nigga name ain't no fucking Tony. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you gonna just sit up here and lie to me like this. Don't lie to me, Chinaman. Don't lie to me, bro. Don't lie to me. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I just had to say that just when we talking about accents and names and all that shit.
Yeah, always got weird names. Right, but it's not your name, man.
It's not your fucking name, bro.
Hispanics said my name. My name Jackson. It's not your name.
Hey, can I get a name for the order?
I ain't never met a Hispanic named
Jordan.
Jackson.
You just know all the motherfucking stars and shit. Just saying names and shit. LeBron. All right, bro. All right, man. You trying to be funny? You trying to be funny, motherfucker?
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. Who you think's going to win the fight, man?
Hopefully, Davis.
Tank?
Yeah, I think Davis is going to do it. It's be my first time seeing one of his
He's
fights.
going to whip that man like he whipped his wife's ass.
That's it. Episode 106. Straight that goddamn man's innocent. That man, she saw she put shit all in his toothbrush and all that type of shit. She need a knot on her fucking head. That's a mean foul shit, bro. Slaps. Dana White slapping the shit out of his wife.
We didn't get to that, so I just keep seeing the video on TMZ. You know, TMZ Lord put the post.
Yeah.
I didn't see the video though. So like Dana White, so he just beat his. I stopped fucking with Dana White when I realized he was really like overtly racist. Like I don't care what nobody. Dana White is somebody that you can say is racist because of the things that he follows, some of the things he say and supports. Like don't put that shit on skip. Dana White though, oh yeah.
Absolutely.
He says nigger a lot.
You know he do.
him and I used to think the same thing. I used to like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's probably racist as well. Like I think Joe Rogan's probably racist, but yeah.
I don't think that's racist. This is a motherfucker. I don't think Skip is.
Yeah, I definitely think, and I don't like Dana White. Dana White did something a while ago. I can't fucking remember, but he did something that's maybe like I ain't fucking with him. It wasn't. It was like something with the sale of the UFC or some shit like that he did. I was like, I don't really fuck with Dana White like that no more.
Yeah,
I used to
man.
fuck with him back in like 06, 07 when UFC was going up, but yeah. So he slapped his wife.
She hit him first, and then he slapped her ass twice. And you see people in the comments like, well, she hit him first.
Was it like
He slapped. No, it's like a cock back and slap her ass. Slap, then backhand. So I'm like, I'm watching people defend that, but it's so quick how they quick to be offended by if somebody uses offensive language who's not that pure-blooded white man who everybody wants to say, oh, well, whatever, shows you how much above the shit that they are.
Mm-hmm.
That we're not even talking about it. Jerry Jones just went away. We're not talking about it.
at all?
It don't matter. So like, but if 50 Cent slapped the shit out of one of his women, oh man, you gonna pay for it.
Cancel.
You know what I'm saying? It's
all his shows is canceled.
It's ruthless aggression, slapping the shit out of his wife, and then they like, oh well, she chose to be with him. And then I'm watching people say like, yeah, well, she hit him first. Well, clearly y'all ain't never dated a black woman, cause all they want to do is hit your ass.
And that's,
you know what I'm saying?
And we can get out of here, but I did hear that's what Meg and Tory's relationship was. And this is another thing I say with black people is like, we all have friends who are in relationships like that, abusive relationships. We know that the woman, and a lot of time it is the women who love to hit men.
Yeah, when they know you ain't gonna hit them back.
Yeah, and that man has shown a lot of restraint. But one day you be telling him, like, he gonna slap your ass one day. You keep hitting that man. He ain't hit you yet, but he's gonna hit you back one day. And then when it happens, it's like, all right, you can feel some type of way if you don't take it too far. Mm-hmm. Maybe it sounds like Tory may have took it too far on both of those women that night, and that's why he's in the predicament that he's in. But I did see that somewhere that they said, you know, that they do have that type of relationship, and you know, it's common.
Which is believable.
It's common. It's common.
But
episode 106 of the Straight Gas Homie Podcast. I am dblock. To my left is Daeo, the truth teller. We are the dynamic duo. Back for the first episode of the new year. Have a good New Year's, Daeo. We'll get to your story on the next episode, man.
We definitely gonna say that.
Get to Daeo's New Year in the next episode. But it's
a good one too.
Happy New Year to everybody out there from the Straight Gas Homie Podcast. You can follow this guy on Daeo226 on all platforms that he has. You can follow me at My Name Is My Name on Facebook. dblock1203 on Instagram. Deshaun0307 on Twitter. Follow me on Snapchat. Everything has been privatized now because people at my job are stalking my everywhere and trying to find and figure things out. So everything is privatized. Send me a request if I know you, like you. Maybe I'll add you.
Weird.
Same bat channel, same bat time. Let's see what next week's brings us on the Straight Gas Homie Podcast. Well, that's a good one after all, man.
Yeah,
like that.
It's good. Dude.
I'll give you this part right here. This is how I was feeling. That's how it was. That's how it was. But the full picture is fucking Patreon. It's OnlyFans. The full picture is OnlyFans. I'm creating the OnlyFans just so you can see my picture from New Year. So that's the only way you're going to get to see that picture. I'm going to create one. OnlyFans daeo.